Welcome to Top of the Hill Fitness. Have you subscribed? Please do. We've got a 30-minute continuous workout today, progressive in effort over the 30 different exercises. It's moderate intensity, very doable, and will help you get 30 minutes of exercise today. This would be a good time to turn on some music so that you can keep your momentum up and hit the subscribe button while you're at it. We're going to ease into it with a jog in place. So off we go for 1 minute jog in place, just warming up and easing into this. Each interval will be 1 minute long, and we'll just ease from one to the next with no rest time between. Our next one will be a hip opener, alternating sides. So standing on 2 feet, lift one leg bent at the knee, up and out to the side, and then replace it back in the starting position and move on to the other side. Coming up next is a forward lunge, alternating sides. So big step forward, lowering straight down, pushing straight back up, and coming back to the start position and changing legs. Keep a straight back, and remember its opposite arm comes forward to the knee. And we'll keep that lunge action going. In the next one, we'll do an alternating side lunge. Lunging off to the side, keeping the back straight, and lunging off to the other side. Probably feeling a nice bit of stretch on the adductors on the straight leg. So this first 10 minutes is a bit of a warm-up, and the next 10 minutes will be harder, so we'll progress into the harder work part of the workout. And then we'll wind down for the last 10 minutes. Sunflower is next. So big sunflower arms up over your head, leaning off to one side, come around the front and up the other side, and then change direction. Get some nice side body stretch and some opening action on the hips. We'll do a standing toe touch, alternating sides next. So opposite hand to toe, and get a little crunch on the abs while you're doing this too. Lift that leg as high and as straight as you can. Do a slow squat next, and I have my heels raised on a piece of wood. So if you can take a moment to raise your heels just even a couple inches, it helps with squat form. You can see, if you've ever seen any of my other videos, this is a huge improvement on my squat form. So you can go down much lower. You can keep your back much straighter. This is better for building strength around the knee. And leg raise to the side is next. We'll just get rid of that block of wood and raising the leg up and out to the side. Getting some good work on the outer thigh and the hip. The artwork behind me is by an artist named Faye Disbrow. The pieces are from an exhibition she had titled Catalogue of Stitches, and they're all fabric collages. The materials have been sewn, stitched, and pleated, giving them a very textural and three-dimensional feel. They're almost more like tactile wall sculptures than traditional 2D art. So we're going to balance this out with a front leg raise next. So just the same as the last one, but to the front this time. Standing up straight and lifting that leg as high as it goes, getting a bit of a stretch on the hamstring and some good work on the quads. So our next exercise will be our last in the warming up phase of this workout. So that means it'll be our 10th exercise. Arm circles, 3 forward, 3 back. So just 3 big arm circles, palms facing upwards, and then changing direction to do 3 backwards ones, and just keep repeating that. So we're going to start picking up the pace a little bit for the next 10 minutes, so 10 exercises, starting with a high knee march. High knee march for 1 minute. So try to pick up the pace here and keep those knees coming up nice and high and maintaining a nice running action with the arms. Try to keep elbows bent at 90 degrees. And we'll get some side-to-side action with the next exercise, the skaters. So this is a bit of a leap from one side to the other and a touchdown of the hand to the mat. Halfway there. So 10 seconds to go. We'll come down to the mat for the next one, which is a glute bridge march. So lying on your back, and you go into bridge formation, and we're going to march by lifting one leg, then the other off the mat. So this requires lots of stabilization through the hips and some good work from the glutes. If you raise your arms up towards the ceiling, that puts even more demand on the hips to stabilize and more work on the glutes and the hamstrings. We're going to do a single leg deadlift, alternating next. So come on back up to standing. And we'll just take a few seconds to do deadlift. First on one side with wide open airplane arms for balance. And then just move to the other side. So you're hinging forward from the hips. Leg comes up and parallel to the floor, and arms out wide to help with balance. And just take a couple seconds to stick that position when you get to the leg raised position. Okay, moving on to a lunge with a twist. So lunging out and twist to the same side that the bent leg. Yeah, so if you're lunging out with the right leg, twist to the right. Bear crawl, forwards and backwards is next. So come on down to the mat and you've got bent knees and it's a crawl forwards, about 5 steps or so. And then we'll crawl back. Squat with a jump is next. So come on back up to standing and we'll do a full squat, finish the squat, and then do the jump. Little easier to divide it up into squat phases and jump phases rather than try to do squat jumps for a minute. "20 seconds to go." We'll do a push-up with the rotation to side plank next. Come on down to the mat, full plank position, or push up from the knee if you're more comfortable that way. And once you've done the push-up, rotating to the side, nice wide arms into a side plank position. "20 seconds to go." Bicycle crunch is up next. Come on down to your back on the mat, legs up, and trying to get that shoulder towards the opposite knee. Think about pressing down through your lower back so that you're flat on the mat. And use everything you've got in those abs. About halfway there. Swimmers are up next. Come on over to your stomach on the mat. And it's an alternating arm and leg raise, opposite arm to leg. So this is the last of our harder exercises. So we're almost done 20 minutes of this workout, and we'll start winding down a bit with the next exercise. Just 10 seconds to go. We're going to do the dead bug next. So this should feel pretty good lying on your back after all those swimmers. So legs up and knees at 90 degrees and arms up. Opposite arm and leg get extended. So we'll do the opposite of that. Next, we'll do the prairie dog. So come on to your knees, hands down, and again, opposite arm and leg get extended, and then replace them and move on to the other side. "15 seconds to go." Let's stretch things out a bit with a slow burpee. So reaching way up, coming down into plank position, and coming on back up again. Halfway there. Slow squat plus a lat pull down is next. Come on up to standing, and we'll pull down through the lats and then squat down. Come on up from the squat and the arms go back up. So pull down, squat down, arms back up. Halfway there. We'll do single leg hops next, 5 aside. Standing on one leg, we'll hop 5 times, and then just hop over to the other leg for 5 times. And keep repeating. "20 seconds to go." Inchworm with a push-up is next. Stand at one end of the mat and crawling out with your hands out to full plank position. Push up and walk those hands back, standing up, and do it again. Ten seconds to go. We'll move into a step jack next. Arms up and stepping out to the side, and then step out to the other side. Just keep it going for 50 seconds more. This is exercise 27. Twenty seconds to go. We'll do hip circles up from your knees next. So we'll do hip circles, one in each direction, and then switch to the other leg. Try to get a nice big hip opening circle in both directions. Halfway there. We're going to do some side stretches from mountain position next. Come on up to standing, arms way up. We'll do mountain pose, sway off to the side, sway off to the other side, and cactus arms, looking up, leaning back. Come back to mountain. We'll repeat the whole thing. Coming up to our last exercise, it'll be a wide runner lunge, alternating. I think we can call this last one a bit more of a stretch than any kind of hard work. It should feel pretty good on the hips and the hip flexors. So try to tilt your butt down so that you can stretch into the hip flexors on each side. And get your arms up over your head for a little bonus stretch on the side body and maybe deeper into the hip flexors too. Just get some good breathing done in this last 10 seconds too. And there you have it, 30 minutes of exercise. That's all you need to do today. Thank you to Faye Disbro for her beautiful artwork. And thanks for working out with us. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give us your comments. We'll see you next time at Top of the Hill.